Hello, my beautiful peeps out there. How are you guys doing on this beautiful, beautiful Thursday? Today is July the 27th of 2023. How are you guys doing on this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Thursday? I don't own the rights to this music in the background. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. I am jamming to Erica. W. Ooh, excuse me. Wait just a second. Hold on, guys. Okay, I'm back. How are you guys doing out there? I know some of you guys are at work, but it's okay. You can always go back and watch my podcast. So it's okay. It's okay. It's okay if you at work. I understand. Make that money. Make that money today. Yeah. Do something good today. But today I want to switch it up a little bit. I want to switch it up a little bit. It's still going to be in a positive way. I got a little lipstick on. It's still going to be in a positive way. But I'm just going to, I just want to talk about a couple things that I feel like a lot of women, deal with. A lot of women out there are very, very insecure. A lot of women. So, we're going to switch that shit up, But I hope you guys had a beautiful weekend that passed. I know a lot of kids out there are going back to school. My grandbaby is back in school. This year she'll be in kindergarten. And today I'm going to go and get her a little couple of summer outfits. I love to get her winter clothes, started. But since, school are starting back so early, now, like in July. So I'm just going to go and get a couple of more summer clothes, and then I'll just get her some winter stuff, as the time goes. But anyway, I just want to talk about this. Me and my friend girl last night, let me burn my sage. I always like to burn my sage before I get started. So keep everybody in a good, positive vibe. That's what it's about. So I'm going to burn my sage, which I already got some sage burning already. But I'm going to burn my sage right now. So I'm burning my sage for everyone out there that is watching my podcast right now, to bring nothing but positive energy your way. Positive energy, that's what it's about. Try to bring positive energy in your life. So I'm going to put this down and let this burn, which I already have one burning. Because I do love burning my sage. I do. I love burning my sage, guys. It just brings in more positive thoughts for me, positive energy. It just relaxes me to, take that moment to just, reflect on my life that day, the situation that I went through that day, it just teach me how to calm myself. But yes, guys, today's podcast is about insecure of a woman. They have a lot of women out there is very, very insecure, when it comes to a man, and I'm also going to talk about too, as women, we have to look at things, in the right way, because a lot of times, we get blinded by love, we get blinded by a partner, and a lot of times we want to attack the other female, and not realizing that female don't owe us shit. So we're going to talk about all of that. I'm going to mix all that in, But I just felt like I wanted to do something different on my podcast. You know, it's a lot of things that I want to talk about. But, you know, I don't want to offend anybody out there. You know, before I get started, I'm letting you guys know, you know, everybody handles situation in a different way. Everybody looks at situations in a different way. Everybody has their own opinion on certain situations in their life. Everybody has their own opinions. So today I am only speaking on my opinion. My opinion only, guys. So I don't need no feedback or, you know, some negative feedback. I don't need any negative feedback from anybody because this is my opinion. You feel the way you feel about whatever situation you found yourself in. That's the way you feel. Hey, more power to you. But I am going to express my opinion the way I feel about certain situations. So I'm just getting that out there, get that clear, you know, so I don't want anybody to get any misunderstanding, you know, so hey, but you know, pay attention, you know, listen, you know, because also I'm going to show you, you know, how I deal with situations in a positive way, you know, because sometimes, you know, you can't always handle situations in a negative way sometimes, because if you start handling stuff in a negative way all the time, you know, especially when it comes to you being insecure, you know, that's just going to put more and more negative thoughts in your mind. It is. It's going to put a lot of negative thoughts in your mind. So I'm going to get started. When insecurity escalates, not only will it affect a woman, but also her relationship. A lot of relationships have a lot of insecurities. They do. They do. And a lot of times as women, we do. We get caught up. We get caught up big time. You know, we get caught up, and when I say we get caught up, we starting to lose ourselves in that relationship. I don't know how many women out there, you know, that never felt that way, but a lot of times, women in a relationship, we do get caught up. You know, we do lose our self-confidence of ourselves. You know, we do start questioning ourselves. You know, we do, you know, you do go through that, because I went through it. I had to learn from it, you know, and I had to say to myself, hold up. It's not you. You know, it's your partner. You know, a lot of times we want to blame ourselves instead of really blaming our partners. You know, and that's where the insecurity comes from. You know, and it's crazy how you can have so many insecurities when you're in a relationship with a person. You know, what caused insecurity in a woman? I feel like it could be childhood trauma, or it could be an abusive relationship. You know, sometimes a lot of us get caught in a abusive relationship. Abusive relationship is not just physical. It could be mental, you know. So you can be in a mental relationship when a person, your partner, just mentally, like mental abuse you. You know, and that plays a big part on a woman's insecurities, because then the things that he's telling her, you know, making her feel less of a woman, that's when she's starting to feel the insecurity of being in a relationship with a man. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot to be insecure when it comes to a relationship. You know, it's a lot. But you have to teach yourself, you know, to learn how to be strong. You know, because men do play a lot of tricks on women. They do. You know, they have some men out there that you think that you're the only person, and all along he has a whole different life. A whole different life. You know, so you have to really, really, really pay attention. You know, you really have to pay attention. You know, you have to also watch the men that you choose to be with. You know, and a lot of times we don't realize, if you don't break that pattern, you can continue dealing with the same type of men. You know, in different forms. You know, they might do that, you know, thing in a different way. You know, they got a lot of men out there that's so smooth, you know. But you're still going to be in the same pattern of the type of men that you're used to. So it's always good to step out the box. What is a woman's biggest insecurity? I think a lot of women are insecure about other women's beauty. Reason why I say that is because a lot of times women don't feel confidence in themselves or don't feel that they're pretty. So if they see their partner dealing with a prettier woman than they are, then they do. They feel some kind of insecure that that woman is pretty or all that. But my biggest thing is, it doesn't matter how pretty that woman is, because they have a lot of women out here are very, very, very beautiful, but they got a fucked up attitude. So it really doesn't matter of how pretty you are, how ugly you are. That really doesn't matter, because you can find your partner with a person that you feel like is ugly, but to your partner, that person has a beautiful heart, a beautiful soul, you know. So a lot of times women wants to make judgments on other females. You know, and that plays a part of being insecure. It does. It plays a part of being insecure. A lot of times, being in a relationship, you know, it causes a lot of insecurities of being in a relationship with your partner. And when I say that, is that when it comes down to your partner cheating on you with another female, a lot of times as women, we want to blame the female. We want to curse that female out. We want to call her every name in the book, you know. But a lot of times you got to realize that female don't owe you shit. That female don't have to tell you anything. The person that you need to be questioned is your partner. And a lot of times women forget that. You know, a lot of times women want to just just blame the girl. She just want to blame her. Like, no, it's her. No. But if you really, really sit back and realize that girl don't owe you anything. She's not laying with you every night. She's not living with you. You know, she don't know anything about you. The person that you should be chewing out is your partner. Cheating, yes. That's a very, very, very hurtful feeling. I have been cheated on. I have been cheated on several times. That's not a good feeling. But me as a woman, I'm not going to approach that girl to let her know who I am or call her out of her name or anything, because I feel like me as a woman, she don't owe me shit. He does. He's the one that's sitting there telling me I love you. He's the one sitting there, you know, especially if you're married. He's the one that committed to me. You know, we have to stop trying to blame the female all the time. Now, I understand on certain situations, you know, you might find yourself in a situation that your best friend is, you know, sleeping with your partner or one of your, you know, cousins, family member. Okay, you know, that situation is different. That's a totally different situation when you actually know that person. But when you don't know that person, you cannot sit there and take it out on that person. Yes, I know the anger comes out. You know, you get anger inside. You want to be like, you know, this and that, this and that. But you have to really realize and say to yourself, you know, hey, you know, maybe she don't know about me. You know, because a lot of times men don't actually tell the truth, you know, if they are in a relationship with a person. You know, just like that incident, I don't know the full story of this young lady went to this man's house and his wife, I don't know if she showed up, I don't know if she was already there, I don't know. But anyway, she shot the young lady and she killed the young lady. You know, so I'm just going to put it like this, is that by that wife killing that young lady out of anger, because she was angry that she caught her husband there with another woman. But I feel like that situation should have switched. It should have been the husband. Because anytime your husband allow another woman to come inside of y'all home that y'all have together, it wasn't her fault. Yes, true enough. I don't know if she knew. So I'm not going to really say. But I'm just saying, if she didn't know, I feel like that woman killed this young lady. Her life is gone. She's locked up for life. And here go your husband is going to go on with his life. That's why I say a lot of times, women, you have to think. You know, as women, we know how we work. A lot of times we don't know how a man works. We don't. It takes a while for us to understand how a man works. But as women, we have to start putting the blame on the man and make the man stand up for what he have done wrong. Because for one thing, a lot of women out there, that when you do catch your partner cheating on you, a lot of you are still with that guy. A lot of you are dealing with your partner cheating on you more than one time. A lot of you are dealing with your partner that's cheating through your whole marriage. So you're going to have to start holding your partner accountable for his actions. We got to stop making excuses. We have to stop making excuses for these men. We have to. You know, you can't sit there and attack another woman when that woman did not vow, you know, made a promise to you that you're going to be the only person in their life, or, you know, if you marry that person, whatever. You cannot blame that woman. Because my thing is, you sit there, and I'm going to give you an example. Say, for instance, you and the girl get into it. Y'all get into it. You cursing her out. You calling her every name in the book. Nasty, trifling, everything. You calling her everything in the book. You saying all these negative things towards this lady, but then you turning around sleeping with your partner. Come on. We got to learn how to do better. That's why I say you have to stand your grounds. If you don't want to deal with bullshit anymore, stand your ground. Because for one thing, it's eating you up because you're so focusing on her. You get to stalking her page. You get to asking people about her. You get to just searching everything about her. Everything about her. But you're still going on with the relationship with your partner. You forgave your partner. I ain't going to say really forgave, but you and your partner is not talking about it right now because your partner is doing good right now by you. So you're not really focusing on that. You're more focusing on her. That's where the insecurity comes from, because you're focusing on her. You're concentrating on, if this person make more money than you, or what do she have? If she's pretty than you. You start asking yourself, like, why did he do this? Why did he did that? And why did he do that? And, you start questioning yourself. But reality, you got to say to yourself, maybe your partner might have a sex addiction. That's why your partner is constantly cheating on you. You gotta sit back and you gotta realize and you gotta analyze, and gotta say to yourself, hold up, it's not me. I gotta stop blaming me because what my partner did. I gotta stop blaming her because of what my partner did. That's why a lot of times, they tell you, you choose the type of relationship that you want from a person. You do. And I feel like a lot of times women don't really get it sometimes. Is that if you're dealing with a man, say for instance, you like a guy, that you're noticing when you go places, that you're noticing that this guy is always flirting with women. You're noticing that, a lot of women find this guy attractive and all of that. Okay, so then you get your chance with this guy and, y'all kicking it, y'all doing good, this and that. And then all of a sudden you catch this guy's cheating on you, or you catch this guy with a phone number. You catch him flirting, all of that. Sometimes you got to ask yourself, this is what I want to deal with? Because I'm pretty sure if I get in a relationship with him, I'm pretty sure he's going to do the same thing. A lot of times people get caught up thinking that, especially if the guy asks you to marry him, a lot of times women get caught up thinking that, you marry this guy knowing this guy was a cheater, knowing that this guy was a flirtation, you know that this guy like to have sex all the time, knowing all these things. But then when this guy say, hey, will you marry me? You marry him, and you thinking in your mind that this guy is going to be different. He's going to change because now you feel like he's just this one woman man, like just you. And then you start noticing that, he stays out late at night. You start noticing phone numbers. You start noticing that, he's cheating on you and this and this and this and that. And then it's like, okay, you're dealing with the bullshit. You keep taking the bullshit back, and you're not realizing that you should have known from the get-go that you was going to have issues with this guy because, for one thing, he doesn't know how to be faithful. Some men don't know how to be faithful. Some women don't know how to be faithful. But sometimes I feel like a lot of times men cheat. That men that cheat constantly over and over and over, and they constantly cheat on a woman, I feel like they have a sex addiction. I feel like it doesn't matter who that woman is, how she look, he just got to have it. That's why a lot of times women, you need to stop blaming yourself. You need to stop, putting yourself down because of the mistakes that he's making in his life. And you wonder why men constantly keep on cheating on you and cheating on you and cheating on you. It's because they are not ready to change. Because if a man truly loves you and you complete him, he's not going to cheat on you again. He's not. He's not going to cheat on you again. Some people feel like when people flirt, they cheat. I don't feel like flirting is cheating to me. I don't. You know, this is my opinion only. But I feel like flirting to me is not cheating. I don't. I don't feel like that. You know, because I know it's time that I'm by myself, guys flirt. And I know, you know, it's time where my husband at, women flirt. You know, my husband might give him a smile, or he might say hey, or, you know, I just feel like that part, flirting, I feel like that's not cheating. That's my opinion. Now, if you exchange numbers, then that's when you're going on another level. You know, because for one thing about it, I know I have a very attractive husband. I know women are going to look at my husband. A lot of women feel insecure when another woman look at their husband. But if you have a nice looking husband, women going to look. That's just like men. If you have a nice looking woman, men going to look. You got to build up your own confidence. And that's one thing about me. You know, dealing with someone that in my past cheated on me, that woman never came up between me and him, because I felt like it ain't about her. I'm not going to give her that satisfaction, just keep bringing her name up, keep throwing her name up to him. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. It's between us. We're going to go at it. You know, you got to say to yourself, you got to switch the shit up, you know, because a lot of times you got to stop getting played by men. We got to stop that. We got to stop being weak. And a lot of times we do. We get weak in a relationship. We do. You know, they got a lot of women out there that goes through their partner's phone. That's insecurity. You feel insecure about yourself. Anytime you got to search through your partner's phone, through your partner's car, anything. If you got to search for anything, you're feeling insecure about yourself. Because that's one thing about it. Don't go searching for stuff. Because when you go searching for things, you got to ask yourself, are you ready? Are you ready to face those things? And that's what a lot of women do. A lot of women go searching for stuff. Don't go searching for stuff. Be smart. Because one thing about it, your intuition going to tell you if your partner is cheating on you or not. So you shouldn't have to go searching. You shouldn't have to go through your partner's phone. And a lot of times people get so upset of this Facebook page. Like a lot of partners, like a lot of couples really get upset if they find their partner liking a female's page. Come on, women. Are y'all serious? Are y'all that insecure that if your partner likes a woman page, say for instance, if a woman posts a picture, she got on a pretty dress, you know, because now these days, you know, a lot of young women got these little figures, you know, all of that. And if you notice that your partner liked that woman page, don't you know a lot of women would sit there and have a whole argument just because they partner like that page. Come on, woman. You know, men. Y'all got to do better. Y'all need to get into yourself and learn about your weakness. You know, that's why I tell a lot of people, everybody got weakness when it comes to a relationship. Everybody got weakness. You can't let little things like that just take control of your relationship and just end your relationship. You know, you got to sit down and y'all got to talk to each other. Y'all got to put shit on the table. That's why I tell you guys all the time, don't get caught up in those years. Don't get caught up in those years. If you want a better relationship, you got to sit down and you got to deal with your issues. Because a lot of people out there have some real big issues. Especially if you got issues of your partner cheating on you. You got to ask yourself, are you going to continue allowing your partner to treat you the way that he's treating you? Because my opinion, if you keep allowing your partner to keep cheating on you, just as my opinion and my opinion too. Fuck that. I'm not going to be in the house all sad and all that. Okay, if you want to continue to cheat, I'm going to cheat too. You got to switch the shit up. Why sit there and be miserable while your partner is out there fucking cheating on you, doing whatever the fuck they want to do, and you sitting at home being fucking miserable, dealing with bullshit? You should be out there enjoying your life just like they enjoying their lives. If you don't want to deal with the bullshit of him keep on cheating on you, it's time for you to come to reality and say, hey, it's time for us to separate. Or let's have an open relationship. A lot of people out there got open relationships. Because a lot of people cannot be faithful to people. And I feel like if you can't be faithful to people, I feel like if you're a type of person that you feel like you've got to have more than one person, you should want an open relationship with a person. I feel like if you feel like you found a person that you want to be with, you need to be honest with that person. You need to just tell that person, hey, I'd rather have an open relationship with you because I am not going to be faithful to you. And that's what's wrong with the world, is that nobody wants to be fucking honest when it comes to a relationship. Say what you want. If you just want a person that just wants to have a booty call it like it is. You know, I watched the program yesterday, me and my homegirl, and it was like points here, points there, you know, of a relationship, you know, and men don't realize that women are so emotional attached. We are, as women. Let me see. Let me read some questions real quick. Do you think some women take so much crap off a man because the dating pool is so low? Either a man is married or gay or locked up. I feel like a lot of times when women take a lot of bullshit off of men, I mean a lot. I feel like because a woman is so, her confidence is so low that she feels like in her mind that every man out there is the same. And then a lot of times, I'm going to say married couples deal with a lot of bullshit because a lot of times as being married, it's the security. When I say the security, is mean that a lot of times married couples will deal with a lot of bullshit because the simple fact that they want to hold on to the security. You know, there's a lot of reason why we always take a lot of bullshit. But my thing is we have to stop making excuses of why we dealing with bullshit. Yes, it is. Yes, it does feel comfortable to be secured. It does. It does feel comfortable to have two incomes in the household. But you got to ask yourself, are you going to continue to deal with the bullshit and just live your days with your partner miserable? Or are you going to realize that, okay, I'm going to have to make a decision to have one income, one security instead of two, and have a peace of mind and have confidence in myself. You know, because a lot of times, you know, I'm going to give you for my example. When me and my kid's father broke up, I had two girls. I was very, very insecure about myself. I didn't have that confidence like I used to have about myself. You know, I just kept dealing with the same old bullshit over and over again. I kept dealing with the cheating over again. You know, I kept dealing with the abuse over again. You know, and I had to say to myself, hold up. I can't continue to allow this person to mental abuse me and abuse me. Because if I continue allowing this person to do this to me, he's going to take away all of my confidence. I'm going to feel like this is the type of life a woman's supposed to deal with. You know, I'm going to be afraid to make that move, to step out on faith, you know, all of that. And I had to say to myself, hold up. That is going to be a chance that you're going to have to take to have a peace of mind, to build up your confidence. You know, and I took that step. I took that chance to do it on my own, to feel that confidence, you know, to boost my ego up. You know, because with me, it was never about a woman. I was never focusing on what type of woman he was, you know, involved with. You know, what did that woman have? I was never that type of woman. You know, I'm not that type of woman that, you know, I let other women intimidate me. I'm not that type of woman. I know they have a lot of women that's out there. I have a lot of friend girls that, you know, get intimidated by other women. But I am not that type of woman. I'm not. I don't care about that woman. I'm not that type of woman. You know, I knew that I was falling weak. And I knew that as me as a person, you know, that's not me. And I'm not going to allow a man to feel like they can do whatever they want to do, and we're supposed to just take it. We're supposed to just be like okay with it, you know. And I had a conversation with my kid's father, and I asked him, you know, what was the reason, you know, why did you kept cheating on me, you know? And his answer was, it's because you allow me to. And when he said that, I'm thinking like, what the fuck you mean I allow you to? He said, what I mean by that is that when you took me back the first time, I did good. And then when you took me back again, I said to myself, shit, I could continue cheating on you because you're going to be okay about it. You're going to take me back. Yeah, you're going to get mad at me for a couple of days, you know, a couple of weeks or whatever. But boom, we're going to go back to normal like ain't shit happened. And I sat there and I thought about it, and I said, he's right. When we allow them to continue doing the same thing to us and keep taking them back, in their mind, they feeling like we're weak, we insecure. But if we stand our grounds and say, no, enough is enough. Because once you start being strong and once you're showing a man that, no, you're not going to do me that way anymore, then they know that they don't have that power over you anymore. You know, that's why a lot of times don't say what you wouldn't do when it comes to a man, especially when you're in love with a man. You'll find yourself doing shit that you would never thought that you was doing. That's how much power a man can have over you. But you have to get your own power back. You know, that's why I say, you know, all the time, stop abusing yourself. Because as women, we abuse ourselves. We put put up with a lot of bull crap from a man. We do. We put up a lot. We lose a lot behind a man. You know, but you have to get into yourself. You have to learn your weakness. You have to stand your ground. If you want happiness, you have to do the work. You know, I understand, you know, if, you know, me, I pray that my husband don't do it. But if that, you know, if that happens, you know, and if I feel that, you know, I want to take him back, I'm going to make sure that we're going to get the shit out in the open, get it on the table, because I'll give you one chance. I'll give you one chance. But I'm not going to give you chances after chances after chances. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not. I'm not going to do that. You know, but a lot of women insecurity starts with the fear of their partner cheating on them. You know, that's where a lot of the insecurity comes, you know, for a woman, I feel like. But I'm just going to let you guys know out there as women, if you're dealing with someone that is really playing with your mental, you're going to have to sit back and give yourself a reality check. You have to say to yourself, you cannot blame that other lady. You cannot do that. Don't try to find things out of this woman to make yourself feel good. Don't do that. You got to ask yourself, because for one thing about it, you're doing all of that, you know, making comments on the woman, but you're still dealing with this man. Because a lot of times some women really don't care about the other person. You know, a lot of times women think that the other woman is really thinking about them, but they're not. They're not. Trust me, they're not. Some women are not. Some women care less. That's one thing about me. If I get in a relationship or if I'm kicking it with a guy, I don't want to know nothing about your past history of your ex. I don't want to know anything about your ex. I don't want to know anything. I don't talk about none of my, you know, when I was in a relationship, none of their exes. That's just like with my husband. I don't talk about his ex-wife. I don't want to know anything about her. I don't talk about her. We don't talk about her. You know, that's just me. You know, because you got to say to yourself, you know, if you constantly bringing that female up over and over again, you giving that other female your power. I know you ladies out there probably saying to yourself, yeah, right. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. That's why I say to myself, you know, my past relationships when I was single, whatever, you know, one guy that I was dealing with, you know, when I was single, and I said to myself, you know, and I'm not going to lie, when I was single, I have messed with, you know, a guy that had somebody, you know, had a girlfriend. I did. I ain't going to lie. I did. You know, I did. But like I told that person, you know, if your girlfriend knew who I was, my name would come up in y'all conversation all the time, even if we wasn't messing around, you know. But me as a woman, when I experienced that, I didn't want to know anything about her or anything like that. I don't need to know anything about her, you know, because it wasn't about her. It was about us, you know. But that was in my single days, my young days, you know. I learned from that, you know. I learned from it, you know. But I was young, you know. But one thing about it, I never, you know, when I found myself in that situation, I never, you know, wanted that person to, you know, leave. I didn't want that, you know. I knew what I wanted, and that's what I wanted. You know, that's why I say you got to be honest with each other. You got to stop, you know, if you're dealing with a relationship with a person and you and that person is not on that level of being committed to each other, you need to be honest with each other, you know. And that's what's wrong with a lot of people out here that's trying to date guys, you know, or girls, you know, date guys or guys trying to date girls, is that when you meet a person these days, they're not being honest. They're not. That's why I tell my friend girls all the time, Lord knows, you know, I don't want anything to happen to my husband, but Lord knows I couldn't do the dating game no more. I couldn't get out there and date, because I couldn't do that. It's too much bullshit. You know, it's too much. It's too much, you know. That's why I say, you know, a lot of times we gotta stop jumping into one relationship to the other. You know, we gotta stop that. We gotta break that curse. You know, when you break up with a person, you know, give yourself a break. You know, because a lot of times if you notice yourself, you know, jumping right back into another relationship, you're going right back into the same old bullshit. You know, we don't realize that, but we got to give ourselves a break. You know, we got to have a moment, you know. Got to have a moment to get back into yourself. Bring that power back into yourself. That's why I tell everybody, you know, have that confidence in yourself. So what if people think you're cocky? So what? You know, bring that power back into yourself. You know, say to yourself, shit, they should be thankful to be in my space. You got to have that attitude. You know, you got to have that attitude towards your relationship. You know, you want respect? Stand by your word. Stand by your word. You know, stand by your word. You know, build up your confidence. You know, because it's easy to lose ourselves in a relationship. It is so easy. And the biggest key is that you lose yourself in a relationship, and just think, you spend 16, 17, 20 years dealing with bullshit. Bullshit. You know, you get tired of that. You know, if you want happiness, bring happiness to yourself. Stand your ground. You know, if you're not going to tolerate certain things, make sure you stand by that. Don't tolerate it. It's their loss. Say to yourself, it's their loss. Shit. I know I'm a catch. You got to say that to yourself. You got to build up that confidence in yourself. You know, don't feel sorry for yourself. Don't tell yourself, oh, I'm not going to find happiness. I'm not going to find a good guy. Don't tell yourself that, because you're speaking that out in the universe. Stop saying that. Just say, when it's time, it's time. Right now, it's just not the moment. But don't continue down yourself thinking that you're not going to find that right person for you. I feel like everybody has that right person out there. Everybody. You know, sometimes you do have to work extra hard. You know, but my thing is, the key is, it takes two. It takes two. One person cannot do it alone. You cannot do it alone. You know, if you're dealing with a relationship out there and your relationship ain't good, you know, your relationship is shit, it takes two to build that relationship up, to change things. You can't keep fighting by yourself. You can't. You can't keep repeating the same thing over and over, the things that you want, and that person is just not doing it. The reason why that person is not doing it is because that person is not ready to change. Simple as that. You got to be true to yourself. You know right from wrong. You can't keep explaining yourself. You can't just keep going. You can't do that. You can't. You know, because all that's going to do is bring in more negative thoughts. I'm burning my sage, guys. It's going to bring in more and more negative thoughts. Let me do a couple questions. Okay. But yes, you know, you gotta learn how to work on a relationship. You know, you really do. You really have to say to yourself, you know, I know a lot of women out there are stuck. You know, and in a lot of relationships, you know, especially married couples, you are dealing with bullshit because of the security. I understand that. But you got to ask yourself, is that relationship really worth fighting for? Is that relationship really worth me dealing with all of this bullshit? You got to really ask yourself that. You know, and you cannot fight your problems by yourself. You know, you got to come to the table and learn how to communicate with each other. You have to get those negative thoughts out of your mind. You have to. You know, you have to ask that question, you know, especially if you find your partner, you know, is constantly cheating on you, just constantly cheating on you. You got to ask your partner, do that partner has a sex addiction? You got to ask that partner, like, what is it? You know, because everybody knows why they cheat. Everybody knows why they cheat. People just don't just be cheating, don't know why they cheating. Everybody knows why they cheating. You know, and you got to have tough skin, because a lot of times women want the truth, but then when men give them the truth, they can't handle the truth. So remember that. If you want your partner to be true to you, and regardless of what your partner tell you, you got to handle that truth. You got to sit down, you got to discuss those things. You got to tell your partner, you know, what you find that you feel insecure of the things that he's doing. You got to talk to your partner. You can't expect your partner to know how you're feeling inside. We got to stop that. We got to stop thinking that our partner knows what we're thinking. No, they don't know what you're thinking. They don't. Like I said, I watched the program last night, and it was showing a lot of things like, you know, this girl was best friends with this guy, and this guy was liking this girl, and he feels that when he took her out to eat and gave her flowers, that she should automatically know that he likes her and that he wants to be in a relationship with her. And she told him, no. Women want you to tell them. Tell them. And that's the opposite. Men want you to tell them too. So start learning to tell a person what you want. Don't just assume that that person automatically going to know what you want and how you feel. Especially when you're in a long relationship with a person for some years. Stop assuming that your partner know how you feel. No. Your partner don't know how you feel. You know, if you find yourself dealing with an issue with your partner, deal with that issue that day. Don't let that issue prolong. Sit there, talk about it, discuss it, deal with it, and move on. You know, a lot of times people don't want to work for a good relationship. They just expect to automatically have a good relationship. No. It doesn't work like that. The biggest key to have a good relationship, it got to be communication. You got to have an understanding. Want to sit down and talk about, you know, hard discussions, especially men. Men don't like to sit down and talk about hard discussions. So you got to find a way to keep, you know, for y'all to sit down and discuss things. You know, don't prolong things. Don't let things keep going on, and then that's when you blow up. Don't do that. You know, change the things in your relationship that you feel like is not right in your relationship. You know, and then another thing, don't bring the man or the woman into your relationship. You know, don't do that. Keep them out of your relationship and y'all deal with each other. Because for one thing about it, they don't owe you any explanation. Your partner do. Your partner is the one that fucked up, not them. So remember that. Try to change things. Try to, do things in a positive way. Stop trying to, destroy that person or, call that person all these names, because that is just so funny to me, how I just sit back and see different type of relationships with people and how people disrespect each other, and then behind closed doors or 2 days or 3 days later, you see them all lovey-dovey, and here you go, call me the worst thing ever. That's funny to me, because I feel like, regardless of what heated argument that y'all have with each other, you should never sit there and disrespect each other, because for one thing, you're still laying up with this person. You're still having sex with this person. I think about things like that. I think about things like that. I'm not going to do that. I think about things like that because I'm saying to myself, I'm making myself look stupid, because I'm sitting here downrating my partner, and all along I'm still with him. I'm still lovey-dovey. I'm still, doing all of that. So think before you start speaking. Think. Handle things in a different way. Stop doing the old way. Stop doing the old way. But this was my opinion on how I feel. I feel like a lot of times women likes to blame the other women. A lot of times they do. They don't want to, say to themselves that, no, it's not the woman, it's my partner, And when you do things like that, it brings on a lot of insecurity. It does, because like I say, y'all whole relationship, you're gonna always bring up her. You're gonna always bring up her. You're always gonna think about her. If your husband say your partner walk out the door, you're gonna automatically think that he's going to see her and all that. That's why I say you gotta build up your confidence in yourself. You got to, because as women, we like to attack each other real bad. We do, and we're not realizing that it's our partner that did all this shit. We got to really stop being blinded when we know what's right. Your partner is a fuck up. You know that. That's just like if your partner is a whore. You know this. You know this. That's why I say women just kill me. Like, they act like they partner just when you get, you get married, that they partner just totally like, no. If your partner show you all of that and they keep showing you that, come on. That's why, shit. You gotta be honest with yourself. You gotta be true to yourself. But you gotta start making yourself happy. Nobody should be in a relationship miserable. Nobody. Don't sit at home, feeling sorry for yourself. Because one thing about it, your partner is going on with their life. They're enjoying their life. And you're sitting there miserable in your life. Make yourself happy. Do the things that you love to do. Just because you're in a relationship with a person, that doesn't mean that your life stops. That doesn't mean that you cannot enjoy the things that you love to do. Don't give up on yourself because you're in a relationship. Don't do that. You can still have a beautiful life and do the things that you love to do, being committed to someone. You and your partner should have that understanding that y'all both are allowed to enjoy each other's life. Y'all are allowed to do the things that y'all love to do. Just because you get committed to a person doesn't mean that your life should stop. Just because you feel like back in the old days, back in the old days, our parents or, you know, they did everything their husband told them to do. They wasn't allowed to have fun. They wasn't allowed to have friends. That's not fair. Two people are together. Two people should be able to do the things that they love. We have to break that curse. That's why I tell you guys all the time, stop getting caught up in the years. Because you're going to be with a person for 25 years and that person can wake up and tell you that they don't want you no more. You stuck. You don't even know where to begin. You don't know how to enjoy your life. Because you stuck of the fact that you live your life through your partner. Stop. Nobody is promised to us. Nobody. That's just like with my husband. He's not promised to me. But I am going to enjoy my husband. Of the moments, of the years that God give me. I'm not going to lose myself, or I'm not going to live my life through my husband. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm going to make myself happy. I'm going to do the things that I love to do, just like he does the things that he loves to do. We got to remember that. Your life don't stop just because you decide to be married or just because you decide to have a boyfriend. You still have to enjoy your life. You know, you got to enjoy your life, and you can't continue going through your life dealing with bullshit. You cannot. You cannot continue. You cannot continue doing that. You can't. You know, you can't continue to do that. And if you feel like, you know, you're not going to leave that man, you know, you're constantly dealing with the bullshit, stop bitching about the bullshit and start enjoying your life. Stop staying up all night watching the clock. Stop doing all that. Start enjoying your life. If he wants to enjoy his life or if she wants to enjoy her life, you should be able to enjoy your life too. But stop bitching about it because you know you're not going nowhere. You're not going to leave that person. Stop bitching about it and start enjoying your life. Start bringing in more happiness in your relationship because you know you're not going nowhere. But if you constantly sit there and constantly bitch about it and bitch about it and bitch about it, and here go another 3 years past, here go another 5 years past, and shit never changed, shit still going on, shit still going on. Sometimes it's time for you to just say, because you got to really say to yourself that you're really being stupid. You're stupid now. So why continue bitching about it? And it's like 15 years passed and you're still dealing with the same bullshit. But you're miserable with your life. You're losing everything. You're losing yourself. You don't care about your appearance. You always focus on other females that your partner brought into your life, in your relationship. You're just living a miserable life. Instead of enjoying your life. Enjoy your life. Because love don't hurt. But sometimes love hurts so bad. It does. You know, and sometimes we just not meant to be with that person. You know, sometimes their time is up. You know, and it's okay. It's okay. You know, it takes a minute to get over a person. It does, especially women. Men, it don't take much for them to get over. You know, because men don't show their emotions. So it doesn't take much. Because, you know, a lot of men don't let you get too close to them. I don't care how many years you've been with them. A lot of men just don't let you get that close. But women, it takes us a minute to get over a person, especially if you truly love a person. And it's okay if it takes you a minute, but just realize, don't be stupid. Don't keep going back. Don't keep going back. No. And don't keep making excuses for them. Don't keep doing that. Be real about it. Be real about your feelings. If you're going to go through that stage, you're going to go through that angry stage. Get that anger stage out. Move on from it. You're going to go through that stage, question yourself and move on from it. You're going to go through that stage crying, cry and move on from it. Each day you got to build your confidence up. Each day you got to say to yourself, I'm powerful. You knew exactly what you bring to the table. A lot of times people don't want that right now. A lot of times people are searching for other things. But don't blame yourself. That's why I tell you guys all the time, get into yourself. Learn about yourself. I don't care if you are in a relationship, or you're married. You still should get into yourself and learn about yourself. Build your confidence up. Because it teaches you how to handle different situations. That's why with me, every situation that I find myself into, I try to go to the situation in a positive way. I try to switch that negativity out of my thoughts and try to bring in positive thoughts. And I have to say to myself, Keisha, sometimes, that's not on you. That's on them. Don't beat yourself up. Don't overthink. A lot of times people just don't get it. A lot of times people just don't care about other people's feelings. And these days, a lot of people just don't care. A lot of people just don't want to love. A lot of people got a lot of anger inside of them. A lot of people are afraid to be their self. A lot of people are afraid to open up. But you got to learn how to start opening up. You got to get all that shit out. You got to learn how to talk about it. I don't care what nobody say. Holding that shit in, all that's going to do is just keep on bringing in negative thoughts. And you got to remove yourself from negative people. You got to. If you want a positive life, you got to surround yourself around positive people. Because a lot of times people can teach you different things, especially when you find yourself around people that have beautiful relationship. They can teach you things. That's why I'm always willing to learn. Always. Just like my homegirl, Rancia and her husband. They got a beautiful relationship now. They beautiful with each other. And I love it. And I see a lot of beautiful couples like Black Jason and his wife. They have a beautiful relationship. I see a lot of marriage couples, is beautiful. Like Fran and Otis Gates. Their marriage is beautiful to me. So they do have beautiful marriage out there, and I'm pretty sure, like a lot of people look at me and my husband marriage and say me and my husband has a beautiful marriage. We do. But we worked hard to get where we at. It takes a lot of work in a marriage. But as long as you have a partner is willing to work hard for you, you will have a beautiful marriage. And it's beautiful to have a person to truly love you. It is. It's a beautiful feeling. And a lot of times, we find ourselves in a marriage. A lot of times we find ourselves, we just want more affection. We want more love. I feel like women, I'm speaking on myself. I love affection. I want a man to just show me nothing but affection and love. I love that. You know, and some women don't want that. You know, some women don't like that. Some men don't like that. You know, but you got to be willing to, you know, compromise and do those things that you know that your partner love. You know, a lot of times when we get, you know, be married for, you know, married for a long time or in a relationship for a long time, we forget about the excitement. You got to bring excitement in your marriage or your relationship. You got to. You got to do, you know, crazy things. Step out of your comfort zone. Don't be that uptight person that, you know, if your partner wants you to, you know, do something or try something, don't be afraid. You know, you got to be willing to keep the excitement. You can't just turn your back and tell your husband or your boyfriend, no, I don't want to try that. No, I don't want to do that. You can't do that because you got to remember, if you keep turning them down, you know, that's just like with sex. I know a lot of people out there don't like having sex. But you got to remember, when you're in a relationship with a person, especially if you're married, you got to keep that excitement. You have to. You have to. I know sometimes we get tired, we don't want to, but you're going to have to. You're going to have to keep some kind of excitement in your marriage. You can't continue letting your marriage be bored. You can't. Because that's when your partner starts to wonder, your partner's starting to look at it like, you know, you got to keep it exciting. You got to. You know, you got to do exciting things in your relationship with one another. You know, you got to keep laughter, you know, make each other laugh. You know, you got to. And my biggest key is keep other people out of your business. Keep people out your business. You know, don't bring outsiders into your relationship or your marriage. Don't do that. You know, because a lot of times a lot of people are not happy for you. They might fake like they happy, but they're not happy. And my thing about people today, people ain't shit. You can't trust nobody these days. You can't trust your family, your friends. People are not, Lord, they not. People are not true to you no more like they used to. You know, you get disappointed all the time by family and friends. You know, people are different now. You know, like I told my friend girl last night, people are really different now. That's why I say people are funny to me. They really are. You know, a lot of people that I sit back that I thought that was real, they just covered it so good. But they ain't about shit. You know, you sit back there and you just laugh like people be trying to play you stupid, but you be like, you just funny to me. I say that all the time. People just funny to me. But thank you guys for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. I just felt like I just needed to talk about that. And like I said earlier in my podcast, it's my opinion. My opinion only. I know some of you guys out there got them negative thoughts in your mind and say, Keisha, I don't care what you're thinking. I don't care about your opinion. This is my opinion only. This is the way I feel about it. Stop being insecure of other women. Stop. Stop. You're beautiful. You're powerful. Remember that. But thank you guys. I'm going to burn my sage for tuning in. And y'all guys have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Ooh, just think, y'all. Monday be the last day in July. Woo, we're going to August. Woo, I pray we don't have a hurricane, y'all, because it's been hot. Hot, hot, hot. But thank you guys for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. I'll see you guys next Thursday at 2 o'clock. But yes, guys, I just wanted to switch it up. Switch it up. You know, there's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about, but sometimes, you know, I be saying to myself, you know, are they ready for it? You know, because a lot of people got a lot of opinions. You know, but it's okay. People can have their opinions. But one thing about my podcast, I'm going to be true, and I am going to speak my opinion. My opinion, you know. But if you find yourself any topic that I talk about, if you want to join in, don't hesitate to hit that request button, and I will request you on. But one thing about it, I'm not going to allow you to speak on negative things on my podcast. I will stop you real quick and delete you. So if you're going to speak positive, hey, I will request you. But if you got something negative to say, then no, I am not going to request you. I'm not going to do that, because it's not a, I don't want that. I don't want no battle back and forth, because everybody has their own opinions, you know. And you are welcome to speak your opinion, but for then speaking your opinion on a negative way, no, I won't allow you to be on my page and speak negativity. No. But thank you guys for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. Y'all guys have a beautiful, 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 beautiful day. And don't forget to give someone a hug out there. Everybody deserves a hug out there. And if you find that your back is against the wall, that you feel like your life is so hard right now, don't give up. Whatever you do, get on your knees, pray to God, ask God for guidance to help you through it, and He will. But if you find that, you know, you don't want to be here no more, or please go and talk to someone. You know, find someone that you feel comfortable, you know, express how you're feeling inside, you know, get it out. And for the ones out there that have lost someone this week, this month, couple months, whatever you do, change that sadness to happiness. Post pictures of your loved ones. Talk about your loved ones. You know, keep your loved ones' memories alive. Yes, they're not here in flesh, but they still surrounding you in spirit. You know, so remember that. You know, remember that. And if you feel like you want to cry, cry. Don't be afraid to cry. Sometimes it's good cries. Sometimes it's, you know, sad cries. It's okay. You know, it's okay to feel sad. You know, that's a part of life. You know, every day it's not going to be a happy day. You know, but whatever you do, keep positive thoughts in your mind. Whatever you do. Change those negative thoughts to positive thoughts. Find things to uplift you. If you have to go on certain people's page, you know, find positive things to uplift you. Start living a positive life. That's the best way to live. Things will change so much in your life if you start changing your thoughts. Change those thoughts to positive thoughts, regardless of what situation you find yourself in. And you got to remember, watch your choices that you make in your life. Choose positive choices in your life. You determine how you want your life to be. You're in control of your life. Nobody's in control of your life but you. Remember that. You're in control of your life. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. And to everyone out there that is celebrating an anniversary, a birthday, happy, happy, happy birthday to you guys. Happy anniversary to you guys. And also, too, I want to shout out to Jamila and Dwayne. Their first 1 year anniversary of being married. Congratulations to y'all. Congratulations. And also to Dwayne and Stacy. I'm sending prayers and hugs out there. I know today is your dad's death anniversary. Whatever you do, don't stay there in that sad moment. You know, change that sadness to happiness. Think about your father. You know, play his favorite song. You know, just reflect on your dad today. Just bring happy moments in your thoughts. Happy, happy moments in your thoughts. You know, but I love you guys. I love you guys. And Stacy, you know I'm always here for you, baby. But thank you guys for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. Y'all like my new color? I switched the colors, see. But thank you guys. Bye. Hey, loving you forever. Me and my BFF always sing forever and ever. I think I'm messing up. But bye, guys.